Hey everybody, it's Julien, and today I wanted to show you my daily rapier drill that I do to try to keep myself fresh. So what we're going to start off with is trying to get my hips and my upper body flexible and moving independently of my lower body. So I start off by doing just some hip rotations, so clockwise, counterclockwise, and then I move into bends. And I'm focusing on hinging my hip as well as keeping my spine limber and being able to curve into my lunges and into my different rapier movements. So forward, to the right, trying to stay over whichever leg I'm moving forward. Then I go into my footwork. So get a good stance, weight on my back foot, and I'll start out with advancing. Lead leg first, followed by the rear leg. Then my retreats, rear leg first, followed by the lead leg. Then I'll go into my passing. So do passing retreats, passing forward, and then I'll try to pair it up with doing advances or retreats following those passes, because it's easy to get switched up. Because if I'm passing forward, I begin with my rear leg, and then if I'm going to advance after that, I have to begin with my front leg instead. So we'll go forward with that. So I'll pass forward and then advance, and then it goes the same way going to the rear. So, and you want to get it so that's instinctive. Next, I'm going to do dry lunges, and for pretty much all my lunges, I'm focusing at the beginning on my priority of movement and doing it slowly and separating movements, then moving forward into joining the movements together and then pushing my speed at the end while keeping the order of movement correct. So I start out, I'm doing a lunge into quarta, so I have my palm facing to my left or to my inside, and I do extension, lean, and then I move my feet at the very end with my rear arm balancing out to the rear. Then into the recovery, I cover my opponent's blade and move with my head back to the rear. So once again, and I'm really leading my balance and leading my weight with my head to get my head out of the way first, because that's the most exposed part of my body besides my arm, which is covered by my sword. So, which I'm also using to cover my opponent's sword, laying it on top as I move my body back. So next I'll do the same thing into seconda. So opposite way, extension, lean, except this time I'm per gigante. I'm going to be moving my support arm to cover my outside. So followed by the step. All right. I'll also do prima sometimes, not all the time, but same concept. Now we'll do it with sword. Start off separating movements. Then join them. Then push my speed. Seconda. Now we're going to incorporate disengages. So I start off in quarta, but I'm moving, disengaging into seconda. So disengage, extension, lunge. Cover my opponent's blade and retreat. Now to the other side. Starting in secunda, disengaging into quarta, lunge. Now dagger. We're going to do the same basic thing. Start off with our lunges. So I'm starting quarta, extension, and I'm covering, keeping my arm forward and keeping my dagger out there to help out. So above my hilt, so extension, lean, feet. And then as I recover, I keep my dagger in front of my face. Secunda. And this time I'm going to put my dagger under my sword right here, into my lunge. And now finally we'll close out with disengages. So, but we'll do prima first, just so you see it. Now I'll go into disengages. So starting off in quarta, disengaging into secunda, lunge. Finally the opposite. Starting off into secunda, disengaging into quarta, lunge. So that's a basic drill you can do. You can change it up if you want to, but the whole goal of all this is to refine your mechanics, start with good mechanics, build that foundation, and then build it into speed while keeping that foundation intact. Anyway, hope you enjoy it and keep training.